Welcome back to Class Winners Collector Vehicle Workshop. I'm Sam Baer, car guy in chief here, and we're back at work on another day on our 1972 Porsche 914 1.7 liter Revival. Now, as you've learned from past episodes, we pulled this out of long-term storage, including a couple years sitting outside, and we've gotten it running, we've got new brakes on it, and now we're doing some more of the aesthetics. Now, let's face it, when wheels look like this, it's an instant turnoff. They just look shabby, and these are really cool period Riviera wheels, and very reminiscent of the Fuchs wheels. Now, these are somewhat corroded on the outside, and there's a lot of paint that's flaked off. And for just a little bit of money, talking like under 20 bucks, and for a couple hours of our time, we can have all four wheels looking like this. And how do we do it? Well, that's it right there. But wait, hey, this is a perfect time. Right now, click that little blue Class Winners logo down in the corner. That'll let you subscribe and get all the Class Winner Workshop content, as well as our Class Winner Collector Vehicles Seat of the Pants videos, where we actually get these cars out and drive them and tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So do it right now. And don't forget to comment and like. Let's get to work. Now we have two separate issues that we need to accomplish on here. One is polishing the metal. The other is painting the painted areas. So I like to start with polishing up the metal areas and get rid of the corrosion, and that way we can paint it and let it dry. And I think it takes a little less time. So I've already wiped the wheel down. So we could go for the SOS pads and use soap, but there's really actually not that much corrosion on here. So what we're gonna do is just use a little steel wool. And yeah, pretty much anybody can do this part. It's just a matter of going over these sections and getting all the tarnish off of it. Now, if there's a lot of corrosion, then you can use more aggressive steel wool. Keep in mind that you can even use sandpaper. This whole thing, it's just about removing metal and then going towards finer and finer and finer, just like you were sanding wood. And it just takes time, but a little bit of work goes a very long ways. Now, it's easy to get the rim looking nice because it's nice and flat, but around here, it can seem like it's never going to come clean, but really, it will. It just takes time. We've cleaned and blown out the crevices and surfaces, and now we're going to use a little metal polish. You can use whatever metal polish you want as long as it's safe for the metal of your wheels. And this time we're using griots. It's just something I picked up at one of their clearance sales, and it works great. And you just put it on your polishing cone. And what I like to do is just kind of smear it on different surfaces because there's a tendency to sling off, and just go to it. Now just this little amount, you can see how much difference it makes. Now, if you were doing a concourse restoration for Pebble Beach, you could spend 2 or 3 days polishing a single wheel. But on a 914, yeah, it's a cool car, but we're just trying to get it better than it was. This is not a full restoration. This is a beautification. So a little bit of work can take it so far, but we don't need to go overkill unless that's what we're trying to accomplish. We've already wiped the wheel down with paint prep to get all the grease and make sure all the steel wool dust is away. And now we're gonna put on some paint. I like to use just standard off-the-shelf Rust-Oleum or Krylon paint and primer in one. And this just makes coverage easier. And then, in this case, it's Satin Canyon Black. So we don't want a gloss finish on here because it's supposed to contrast with a silver. So we're just going for a satin. And I just spray it. This is a bottom part of a water bottle. And I just do this and use a cheap brush, dip it in, and away we go. We're certainly not gonna put these rusty, crusty, gross lug nuts back on just like they are. It's time to go take them over to the wire wheel on the bench grinder. It's time for a little rotary coarse grit exfoliation. Hopefully of these, not my knuckles. For the lugs, we're just gonna spray them. So this is what it looks like back on the car. And it makes a huge improvement. I mean, it gives new life to this 914. And once we get the rest of them done, we got 2 more to go, we can drive it. So keep in mind, if it's your car, you get to do the restoration like you want to do. That means if you want to make them mirror polish, or if you want to make it gloss black rather than satin black, or you want to change the color entirely, it's all up to you. Go for it. Now, I think this works perfectly for the type of car that this 914 Rescue is. So we're going to enjoy it. So goodbye from the workshop. I'm Sam Barrer. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll be back with a test drive of this thing really soon.